Welcome back to Sesh, spiciest podcast in the world. We got 2 drinks today. We're going to switch it up.
Something different.
Yeah.
In these hard times of chaos and panic.
Yeah. We got the last 2 water bottles on the planet.
Yep. 2 very different waters.
Before we get started, wanted to give a shout out to my girlfriend, Soraya. It's going to be our 2-year anniversary on the day this episode releases.
Monday?
Yeah, on Monday.
Wow.
The 16th, I think. Not that I think that's our anniversary. I think that's when this episode comes out. But yeah. 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
It's been a ride?
Yeah, it's been a good ride. Anyways, back to the water. We got, what do we got here? Defiance Fuel. Defy Limitation. Daily Hydration Solution. Magnetically Enhanced Ultra Purified Water. BPA free.
And we also have BLK period water. Black period. Alkaline pH 8.0 plus. Water beverage. Okay.
Kind of scared of this one.
A blend of fulvic trace minerals, hydration, and electrolytes.
I'm thinking this is just food coloring.
I think so, because usually it's charcoal. I thought this one was charcoal water.
Yeah.
Consume within 3 days of opening.
It says minerals.
But usually it's marketed as charcoal.
May separate if frozen. We should have froze it. Which one are we doing first?
Let's try the regular one.
Defiance Fuel.
Defiance. It's not regular. It's Defiance. Defy limitation.
Defy the standards of water. Tastes like sparklets to me.
I was about to say, this tastes like regular water. It doesn't taste like Sparkletts water.
No?
No, this tastes less than Sparkletts water, honestly.
Does it taste like really smooth to you?
No, it tastes about regular smoothness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try this black water.
Let's give it a little shake. Should I shake it?
It just explodes.
All right, no smell. No smell so far.
It smells like water to me.
Kind of looks like Pepsi.
It tastes just like water, but because it's black, I get grossed out.
I feel like it has a different smoothness to it.
You think so?
Yeah. Like this one, I don't know how to put it. Let's see. Side by side taste test.
It has like an aftertaste.
I don't see it.
No?
Let's see. Black water. All right, I can taste the aftertaste now.
Yeah, see? It tastes almost like if you... Like, you know, like the consistency of like lotion? Like if you imagine that like on your tongue, like just spread out. That's like what it's giving me. Like a lotiony feel. This is just mouth lotion. I'm gonna save this one.
Shout out to Maria for giving us the suggestion.
Yeah.
She used to be big on pH water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a scam?
Personally, yeah.
Yeah?
I think it is. Just to buy more expensive water.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
That alkaline water is expensive as hell.
Yeah. One bottle for like, if you get 1 gallon, it's like $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we sell them for 20. 4 gallons for $20. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, how do you feel about this mass apocalypse that's coming towards us?
What's been coming? I've been telling y'all. So now you guys want to act surprised and rush and prep and everything.
Yeah, since episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1.
Bert's been talking about prepping. This podcast is actually just a future-telling podcast.
Yep, you guys just brushed it off and now...
So the coronavirus is spreading rapidly, as we all know. We have an estimated 2 years to live before the virus takes over, and pretty much everyone's dead.
I was about to say, is that a real thing? Did someone actually say that?
I said it here first. What do you think about Costco running out of all the food and the rice?
Well, they're not running out of food. They're just running out of toilet paper and water bottles.
Yeah. So I had a customer ask me like if we were getting like high demand, like higher volume, sales. And I was like, yeah, like, like people taking like 4 jugs now taking like 20, right? And he's like, why does everybody think that because there's like a virus that like the world's supply of water is all of a sudden going to disappear? Like, it doesn't make sense. We're just going to die. There's just going to be more water for everybody else.
Yeah.
And then toilet paper, is that like a quarantine thing?
Probably, but you could just, what is it, Postmates?
Yeah, right?
Postmates.
Have you seen those things where like they're like little screenshots of the Postmates man coming and it says like estimated an hour? And then they message him, they're like, are you walking? And then he's like, yes. What do you think about was it Postmates? What's the other one? What's the green one?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats? No.
Grubhub.
That's red.
Yeah.
Is there a green one? It might be Postmates.
Postmates, yeah.
They're doing like a new feature where it's like a non-contact drop-off. So like you have the option to like get it dropped off like outside of your car or in front of your door, like outside of your door. It's kind of creepy, right?
Yeah, just put it in the trash can, close the lid, and then flip up the mailbox when you leave.
I'm just gonna follow around the people that I know order Postmates. And then, like, when they leave it in the front door, I'm just going to snatch it up. Free Postmates. So, what about, just meat, water, and toilet paper?
Meat? I haven't heard anything about the meat.
Oh, our manager said something about the meat being gone.
No, I just heard about the toilet paper and water.
What about rice?
I've heard rice is selling more, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything really about the rice.
So you think it's just like a prepping thing? Like people are just trying to prep, like, I don't know. They're just scared or what?
Yeah, I think they're just scared.
What caused this panic?
The media.
But like they said, like to prepare?
No, I think people just got scared and then they saw one person buying toilet paper and then they were like, you know what, I need toilet paper too. They saw someone getting water. Little did they know these were regular customers just doing their weekly run. Jesus
Christ. Dude, Costco should like throw up a marketing tactic where like as people are walking in, they're handing them a flyer, like a coronavirus preparing kit. And it's just like, like a bunch of fake facts about coronavirus. Everybody wants to throw out fake facts all day. It's just like, like you need to buy all the rice. And then Costco just starts running out of shit.
Well, side note, if you go to the regular store, their shelves are still full of everything.
Oh, it's just
like
Costco?
Just Costco.
Why?
I think it's just because you could buy it in bulk.
I guess it makes sense, but you go to the most expensive store to buy everything?
I don't think it's that expensive. Like water's like $3 for the 35 pack.
Oh yeah, the water's cheap.
Rice, I think it's pretty good there.
I think just everything I want to buy there is expensive.
What do you buy?
I don't know. I always look at that 75-inch TV when I go. That's why I don't go anymore.
I always look at the sound bar, and then Maria says no.
Dude, you need a sound bar.
Trying to play Call of Duty, but she said, "What about the neighbors?" I'm like, "I could hear the neighbor upstairs.
I know.
He's
playing Call of Duty too."
That's why I want
one. What about the price gouging that's going on Amazon? You seen that?
It's ridiculous.
$100 and something for a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Yep.
I seen some guy. He posted a photo of just like this Middle Eastern dude, like wearing like a solid gold shirt, and like a bunch of chains
and rings.
Yeah, just as the CEOs of Purell.
That's the real conspiracy here.
I know, right?
No one used to buy it, but now.
Dude, did Purell create the coronavirus?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, same here. But is anything else high price? Have you seen anything else on there? I was going to look up like face masks and stuff, but I didn't really look it up.
Probably face masks too. But
Well, the face masks don't do anything,
Yeah.
right?
People just think.
Yeah. You remember like whatever when it was like swine flu or Ebola, like when they had all the face masks like at the end of like the grocery store, like the boxes,
Yeah.
and everyone was just like, oh, I need a face mask, like, and then they like released like this thing. They're like, oh, the face masks don't do anything, like. And then you got 6 bottles of face masks or six boxes of face masks in your house.
Yeah. Well, in the prepper community, people have been like spreading the like gas masks.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like the actual ones?
Yeah,
I think
ones
those
that actually
work,
do.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, certain ones.
Like the
with special
respiratory
filters.
masks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Stupid dogs. And then events, like huge events are closing because of this. But you know what was interesting is that like someone was saying that there's no actual proof that closing these events down is preventing the spread of the coronavirus, which is like interesting, I guess. But yeah, the Arnold closed down.
Yeah, that one was a big one.
Yeah. And then I know that Seth Ferosi was talking about like, well, I think this was like a couple episodes back, but they're like, oh, imagine they like close the Olympics down.
Oh yeah. And do you think we're gonna get to that point?
I don't know, because he also said that they weren't gonna close the Arnold down, and he was like, nah, that's way too big of an event for them to close down. And then all of a sudden it's closed down. I know there's like a couple like little entrepreneurs I follow that go to these like little startup business conventions, and they got closed down. I know Facebook has like it's called an F8 conference, and it's kind of like Apple's keynote when they release like all the new products, and like it's a big conference where everybody could go. Well, I mean, I think you got to get invited or buy tickets, but you can go and they showcase all the new products, new software that's coming out. But Facebook has something like that too, that I think I would imagine it's just for like business people, because Facebook kind of owns like the internet. But they like talk about like what they're doing or like whatever, but they closed that conference down. I know there was something about Apple like no longer being able to manufacture certain things, right?
Oh yeah, actually we bought an iPad not too long ago. Pretty sure we told you guys about it, about how they ran out of the pens, and they said that they can't restock because they come over from China.
Yeah.
And they can't import them.
Damn.
And chargers, the little keypad things.
Right.
So all that stuff, once they run out.
That's it?
Yep. We're done.
I think that's kind of scary. Because, like, I mean, a lot of shit. Like, do you feel like it, like, kind of just shows a little bit of how the U.S. is reliant on China?
I don't know. Do we really need iPads?
No, but not iPads. But I mean,
speaking of, with one right here.
I know. But there's just like so much shit that's made in China, you know, like that I don't think people realize. That's like made in China. And I think it's like, oh, like it's not like it just hasn't affected that area yet. But like if you imagine like if China was completely quarantined, like as a country, like all of it, is it quarantined the whole thing right now? No, I think only certain parts, right?
Certain parts. They have like checkpoints and stuff.
Yeah. So like if you imagine like the whole thing, like nothing can leave China and nothing can get into China. Like that includes humans, like containers of like merchandise, like whatever it is. You would see like a big drastic like loss of merchandise and like shelves, like everything, you know, you go to Walmart and like all the shit's gone, like but not really like food though. Because I think that all the food's made here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So maybe like fishing and stuff. But
yeah. But like, yeah, just like plates and like cups and like even clothes, dude. Like you would see like drastic drops of clothes.
You know what? There's another conspiracy.
What is
it?
To
take down Amazon.
That's why?
I mean, you remember when we were working and pretty much all the containers would come from the dock. Straight from China.
But is Amazon Basics made in China? Probably. Huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
But, dude, I think people are, like, so, like, I think people don't know, like, Amazon, like, the app, like, where you buy stuff is not, like, I think that's only, like, 10% of their income. And so Amazon has, like, AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, which is essentially, like, a giant real estate cloud of like storage. So there's like you know Peloton, like that little fitness
elliptical
thing. Yeah, so they have all their like training programs and stuff on there. So their programs are like based off of AWS. So they gotta pay Amazon to host these web like videos and like software on there, so that it basically can be provided to these things, and then the company like sends out updates, sends it to AWS, and then AWS pushes it to all the equipment that they have. And that's where they make most of their money, from AWS services, where they basically just hold real estate for giant companies. And if you go on like AWS, like their main website, like it shows you a list of like all the businesses that use it. And it's like we're not talking about like small like mom and pop shops. Like we're talking about some of the biggest companies in the world that are using their service to host just like their shit, videos, whatever. I don't think YouTube does it because they got their own with Google, but yeah, like most of their money comes from there, and I think what they actually sell on the platform is like a very small percentage of their income, and mainly because it's not Amazon like that's selling stuff, Yeah. Amazon has their brand, which is Amazon Basics, but if you don't buy Amazon Basics, you're not buying it from Amazon. You're buying it from some random dude that bought a bunch of shit in bulk and listed it on Amazon for a certain price, and then now it's being sold, but he shipped it to an Amazon facility. They prep it up, and then they send it out, and that's how they guarantee 2-day shipping. But when they don't have that 2-day shipping with Prime, then it's because that inventory is at some dude's house, and he has to package it, ship it out, so they can't guarantee that it'll be there in 2 days. But that's an interesting conspiracy, though, to take down Amazon. I think this whole podcast is just about Amazon. Are people
we
tired?
love Amazon.
Yeah, are people tired of us talking about Amazon yet?
I think it's just so fun talking about Amazon because, I don't know, we have different views than like the whole world, really.
Yeah.
The rest of the U.S.
Dude, I mean, Amazon. No, there was like I know like a couple old coworkers that were watching it, and like they were like, "Oh, we agree with like what you said about Amazon. Like, it's not that bad of a working condition, and they make money."
Yeah.
What do you think about like the whole coronavirus playing out in like racism type of thing? Like, I heard something about like some guy that was like choking and needed CPR, but like no one wanted to touch him because he was, Asian, and it's like, oh, he probably has corona or whatever. But it's like, I don't know, it's kind of fucked up. They have CPR masks.
Yeah.
Just
but I was about to say, who carries that with them?
I think if you're CPR certified, you should probably carry one. Can't you get your like certification taken away if you don't perform CPR on someone that needs it?
No, that's part of the law. It's like the same thing that protects you. Like if you perform it and they still die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I know if you're like a EMT, like you need a, like if you can lose your license if you don't help somebody.
Well, I don't know about EMTs, but if you're just like a regular guy, it's like, that's part of the training too. Like you need to feel confident in what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Otherwise, it might do more damage.
Oh, that's true. Have you seen that CPR machine?
No.
There's like this weird like contraption that like some place created. So it's like a big half circle, and this half circle goes over the body. If you imagine a body laying on the ground, it goes over the top of the body, chest area. And then you have to like stretch their arms out and then like strap down the arms to this like thing. And then this thing like uses like the arms as leverage to like push onto the chest in like the perfect pattern. And all I'm thinking is like how fast is the dude that needs to set this machine up? Because
how
and who's carrying this machine? It's fucking ginormous. It has to wrap around the body. And does it come in different sizes?
Nope, one size fits all.
We're in America. McDonald's is selling gigantic fries. I think that we need a...
It's McDonald's size. McDonald's endorsed.
What about like the super skinny guy and then like the pumps just don't reach him?
Just crushes him.
You gonna go down for murder? Yeah, dude. I would sue that company. That's just so ridiculous. Like, why does anybody like... I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason why they made it and like...
Oh, maybe it's like at a building and they don't...
No, it was out in public. Like the video was showing it out in public with like a body dummy. And they were just like showing it like getting strapped up and stuff. And like all I'm thinking is like, dude, this is like a 3-minute video. Like this dude's gonna die. Like, if I'm choking on something at a restaurant, like, and you pull that machine out, like, just kill me. I'm not waiting for you to set that thing up.
All right, now lay your back and stretch out your arms.
And I'm just there dying. A slow and painful death. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. Coronavirus, though. It's crazy. If anybody has any idea of...
Is anybody in quarantine right now? Reach out to us.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there's this good podcast. They actually interviewed somebody that's quarantined right now in China. Yeah. I didn't listen to it, but... I listened to it, and she was saying that it was like... they just, like, stay in this building, and, like, there's a grocery store in the basement, and they have to, like, get their temperature checked, like, every, like, X amount of hours. And if they leave the building... Like, not the building, but, like, they leave their apartment. They got to, like, get their temperature checked. Then when they get to the grocery store, which is in the basement, they got to get their temperature checked. And then when they're leaving the grocery store again.
I thought they were going to say if they try to leave their apartment, they just get gunned down.
No, I'm sure they do.
There's a Humvee with a 50 cal.
It's right just outside. Post Malone on his Velociraptor. Hey, there's a new movie on Netflix with Post Malone.
I saw the clip of it. I don't know what
it's pretty called. Good. I saw it last night.
What's it called?
Spencer Confidential.
Huh.
With Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. Yeah, he's Spencer. It's a good movie, though. It's kind of... Hey, you know what movie's super good?
What?
27 Bridges. Have you seen that one?
No, I saw it at Redbox yesterday.
Dude, get that movie. I just rented it off of the PlayStation thing. Yeah, it's like $4, I think.
We rented Hustlers.
Hustlers? Is that the stripper one?
Yeah.
That one's good, too. I think I fell asleep on it.
It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Speaking about Redbox, I was seeing something that Redbox is like doing streaming now.
I'm pretty sure that was a thing already.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm always late. Anyways, you got anything else on the corona?
Don't panic, people. I mean, you and I work in some pretty dirty conditions, and
yeah.
I mean, I wash my hands whenever I can.
I just leave it.
I only carry hand sanitizer because I deal with some, like, really dirty stuff.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
well, I'm always at the hospital. I got hand sanitizer everywhere.
You got it everywhere. But me, yesterday I picked up a dispenser with roaches in it.
Oh, dude, I've had plenty of those. Even, you'd be surprised, like, at the areas that I work where you'd think that it'd be, like, you know, it's supposed to be cleaner or whatever. Nah.
Pretty icky stuff.
Yeah. I was going to talk about... Soraya showed me a video of, like, in China, like, people are, like, coughing on the elevator buttons and, like, spitting all over it and then, like, rubbing the spit into the buttons. Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, dude. Like, I think they're trying to, like, spread the coronavirus. It's kind of scary. And then I also heard something interesting about how people with, like low minimum wage or part-time jobs would be, like, more prone to spreading the disease because if they had it, they, like, would continue to go to work just because they're living, like, paycheck to paycheck or because they don't get that paid time off or, I mean, even, like, sweatshops and stuff, like, people think they're only in China, but they're, like, in LA too, you know? A lot of, like, older Hispanic people that don't have a choice but to work in places like that. Like, they would be more prone to spreading it because if they had or were, like, feeling sick, they would just continue to go to work. Which, like, makes sense if they got to do what they got to do. But, yeah, somebody was saying that there was, like, looking at, like, 1.3 million cases, like, within, like, 3 weeks or something like that. Which is kind of creepy. But, yeah, also there's, like, a very high percentage that you'll live, like 90-something%. So don't panic.
Just wash your hands.
Yeah.
Don't touch your eyes.
Is it, like, worse going to the gym now because of the coronavirus?
No.
Like, laying in people's sweat and stuff?
I always thought that was gross, though. But if anything, it's just a little bit cleaner now.
Yeah, makes sense.
But, no, still the same amount of people.
Damn, nothing can stop them. For the next topic, we're going to go ahead and talk about the typical school education, high school, college, grad school, versus mastering a trade, such as, like, welding, truck driving, mechanic, anything like that. What's your take?
Just want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who participates in my questions on my Instagram. I feel like overall trades are better just because
Yeah.
there's always in demand.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what you pick. There's always a demand for it.
Right. I would say that I think school is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think like to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like schools I mean at the end of the day schools are a business and like they're looking to make money,
Mm-hmm.
right? They got to keep their lights on there. They got to pay the professors
Mm-hmm.
who make a shit ton of money. They got to like do all this stuff, you know? I don't think that a school should offer certain degrees. There's
It's
certain
spicy.
degrees that I think that are just like why would you ever major in that? Like it doesn't even make sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, like a arts degree?
Oh, getting spicy.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like what do you learn with an art degree? You know? And like I think it's more about networking too. Because I've heard people like get well, like I think business is
Mhm.
like a business degree is like completely useless.
Yeah.
Like you want to start your own business, like just start a fucking business. Like you don't need a business degree to figure it out. And some of the most successful businesses are people or are ran and started by people without degrees who
Mhm.
figured that shit out.
Yep.
The one thing I have heard about business school is that like the most useful thing that came from it was like the networking that people made while they were there, where they met their business partner or they had like-minded people like motivating them to like continue on and like do stuff like that. Where I get it, like if you're on your own, it's harder to find that motivation to, you know, keep your business going if like you're not surrounded by people that think the same way as you. But yeah, I mean, like I feel like there's degrees for fucking everything, dude. And I feel like I mean, I guess if you want to offer them. Like if people are taking dumb degrees and like then complaining about like can't find a job with their degree, like
Yeah.
I guess that's your own fault for getting that degree.
Yeah, it's not the school's fault.
Yeah. I think that anything medical related and law related,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I don't want a lawyer that doesn't know the fucking law, and I don't want a doctor that doesn't know what he's doing. So that makes sense. And they get paid very well for that
Mhm.
reason, you know? They also go to school, like, for the rest of their lives because the law is always changing and the health field is always changing also.
Mm-hmm.
I get teaching, like, is like I feel like you should go to school for that, but only because like I feel like you should be educated in what you're teaching.
Mm. But what if you're like like elementary school? Do you think that because they don't really specify one thing?
No, I don't think they need a degree.
I feel like it should be like special training.
Yeah, like I feel like they should undergo like a 8-week like vocational school or something.
Yeah, like learn how to teach or
Yeah.
adapt to teaching. Different.
Also, when I was in high school, like teachers seemed to like teach fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like how's my history teacher like teaching me English like because my English teacher's not here today? Like that doesn't make sense. Like and like high school I feel like is important, but like I feel like the teachers like should go through like a degree, like get a degree in history to be a history teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But then you might as well be a history professor.
Hmm.
Right? Like just get your master's and go to like be a professor. So what if there was like just a vocational school for people that wanted to be teachers that was like offered by like the state versus like a private organization?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of vocational is just like money hungry, like, you know, and then people come out and can't get jobs, like whatever. But if there was like a vocational school for teachers and they're like, okay, what do you want to teach? Math, okay, 8-week course on math.
Mm-hmm.
And then history, so on and so forth, and then you get this certification that allows you to teach at any high school, middle school,
Mhm.
elementary school, and then that's it. And then that's the subject that you can teach,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. And then for like substitute teachers, then it's like okay, like just a like general like learning on how to teach and like personal skills, you know, like how to interact with students. Because I feel like there's a lot of teachers that shouldn't be teaching. And there's a lot of teachers that are called teachers and they just sit at their desk all day and like do nothing,
Mhm.
you know? I also think that high school was like it like is very important. Just because like now like looking into like trades and stuff and like wanting to do certain things, I know like all those like people were like, oh, like you know, like you're never gonna use algebra 2, or you're never gonna use like this and that, like geometry. And like after like learning more about trades and like all that stuff, like those guys use a lot of that shit. Like especially like carpenters, and like they're doing all the buildings and stuff, or like concrete pumpers that like need to figure out like, you know, like the squared area of like how much they're pouring, and like there's just like a lot of numbers that come into play, which like I wish I would have thought about like when I was in high school, because I just like fucked up my entire high school time. And then like now I'm just like, oh shit, like you just see like all these little trades and stuff, and you're like, oh, but like they require like this to like get into their program, or like certain GPA, or 2 years of like this class, or 3 years of this class. And it's like, oh, okay, like it makes sense now why, you know, they push high school so much, because whether you're gonna go to college or not, like you're probably gonna need that education anyways, at least your diploma, like at the very least, you know, like to get a job. But I think trades are the way to go. Like I think trades are more valuable in a sense than a lot of degrees, and surprisingly, like a lot of them are paying like twice as much as like basic degrees are giving you. Like
right out the gate too.
Yeah, like you're getting a degree in like, let's say something that's gonna put you in a job at like 60,000 a year, and then you join like a carpenters union. They start off at like $20 an hour, work a shit ton of hours, and they'll probably be at like 70K like their first year. And it's like a 4-year apprenticeship. At the end of their apprenticeship, they're roughly at like $35 to $38 an hour, where that's easily putting them at like 100,000 a year after 4 years. But it's not like you make 20 for the whole 4 years. You make 20, and then at 6 months you make like 24, and then at the next 6 months you're like slowly progressing to that 35, 38. I know like linemen are like fucking the most well paid like union. They're like the guys that fix the electrical towers and like set all that stuff up, but I think they start off at like 30 and then go all the way up to like 56 or something an hour. And like I know, dude, fuck, like on Reddit I was like talking with like a lot of the different linemen that are like on those, like just like posting and talking, and like I know one dude that was like, they were talking about like how much they get paid in the different states. And one dude was here in California, and he was actually like pretty close to us, and he said that his last check was $13,000 after taxes for 2 weeks.
God damn.
Yeah, but he was like out, like I guess because when they leave, because they go out away from the state too. Like if there's no work, then they can sign a book for like a different state or something. But because it's like another book from a different state, they get paid an extra $5 per hour that they're gone, which is like kind of cool. Because like they're just making a shit ton more money, and then they get paid like their hotel to stay out there. They get rental car paid, like all that stuff paid. Also like probably the most dangerous job that I could think of doing. But yeah, I would say trade's the way to go. You're gonna be a truck driver. Like everything is brought to you, or brought to the location where you're purchasing in a truck, and they're pretty good paying jobs if you could get into the right industry. I don't know. Also, I think like why at 18 years old, like do you have to make a decision on like what you want to do for the rest of your life? Like, is that not like really bad? Because I feel like I'm just like, oh, like at 18, like I wanted to do, like I don't know, like I used to really like to draw and stuff, so I probably would have like gone to like art school or something, and then I got into photography and then filmmaking, and then like that was cool for a while, and then now I'm a truck driver, and then now I'm like looking into doing something different, and it's just like, oh shit, like, you know, at 18, like I would have never thought like, oh yeah, I'll be a truck driver at 18.
I'd never be a truck driver on a podcast.
Yeah, like what the hell? Yeah, dude. Like I feel like that's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's certain people that do have that mentality at 18 where they're like, no, this is like what I want to do, like for sure. But I think majority of them for sure do not have any idea like what they want to do or anything, you know? I feel like that's like bad. And it's not like at 18 you have to decide. It's like this whole like school career time is like only leading up to the moment where you have to decide what you want to major in college. And then people end up switching their major like 6 times and going to school for 12 years to get an associate's degree in art, because that's what they decided at the end of it. I mean, I guess you want to do what you want to do, but like student loans also fucking suck,
Yeah, I was
dude.
about to say, what about the people complaining about student loans?
I mean, I don't blame them for complaining about it, but like, I also don't think it's like people's fault because like this last generation of our like parents like just push education like so far, you know? Like it was just like, oh, like education, like go to school, like blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, yeah, but like there's other ways to make money that's enough money to like survive in this economy, even as expensive it is in one of the most expensive states
I was about
in
to say,
the
it probably
country.
changes though. It's just because we're in California. It's so.
Yeah, but I mean, if you imagine like what people make here in California, like in unions and trades, and it's less somewhere else, like everything else also is less, you know? I don't think there's like $500,000 homes in the middle of the country with only 2 bedrooms. There is here.
Please help.
Yeah.
Please help us.
Send the plane. We need to get out of here. I would say trades is the way to go. And like that's not even like just because I didn't go to college. It's literally just because like I don't see a point in doing it. But also if like with like the elections coming up, if like there was a president that got elected that was like, oh, like we're making education free, I'd probably go back to school. Only because it's free though.
Yeah.
You
Same
know?
here.
But like at the end of it, like it goes back to like our very first or our second episode. Like I don't want to work in an office. Like I don't know. Sometimes I do, and like sometimes I don't.
Yeah, that's where I'm torn. It's like if I did go back to school, I'd probably want to go do something with computers because that's the future.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, sitting at a desk or.
But yeah, and like because like I look at all the trades and stuff, and it's like, oh, like, SoCal Edison is doing like they have like a huge contract for like all the Tesla chargers that are getting installed like across like the state and stuff like that. And building like the plants for like Tesla, like all that stuff, like they're the ones doing it, and you're not getting in there with a degree, you know. Their requirement is like well, it depends because you could be a lineman for them, but you'd have to be a lineman for 4 years with the union, or be a groundsman, which is just like kind of like the dude that just helps everybody. Still pays really fucking good, like $28 an hour or something. But they like require you to have experience doing that already like somewhere else, and like you're not gonna go to a college that shows you how to do that. You're gonna get it from experience, and like they're moving towards the future, you know, like they're helping build like the country for the future, like doing all these electrical projects and stuff, and also they kind of like monopolize the entire state for anything electricity wise. So I think that that'd be a good job to have. And even like the mechanics and stuff, like if you're doing mechanical work, like, and you start adapting towards like the electric side and like learning how to fix like electric cars and stuff like that, because I think most of them are low voltage. They're not like actual like electrician. Like you don't need to know how to handle like hot wires and stuff. But like if you just do like a little low voltage class on like the basics of like, you know, electrical theory, I feel like you'd be able to figure out if you have mechanical skills, and then all of a sudden you're like the dude that could fix like the Teslas and stuff like that. Also think it voids your warranty if you get it fixed anywhere else but Tesla, but it'd probably save you money though, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'd want to do something with like computer engineering if I went back to school. 'Cause I always wanted to like learn how to build like video games. But I just know that it's not like the way that it is in my head, or like the like I feel like it's like, okay, like there's a group of like software engineers or like whatever, like video game developers, and they all just like know how to code, and they're like, okay, like you need to make the gun, and then you need to make the dude's face, and then you need to make his arm. It's not like, all right, like we're all gonna work together to like come up with like a badass game, you know? And I think that the whole time you're just like, okay, like I gotta focus on this gun, like make it the best, like, you know, make everything perfect, like the way it handles, the way it moves, like all of that stuff. And I don't think I'd enjoy that as much. So I don't know. I think I just have this idea in my head that it's better than it really is. But at the end of it, like I feel like I just like working with my hands. Yeah. So I just like I'd want to do something in a field anyways. I'd probably just go to school and get a degree and then still stay in a trade, but have the degree as like a backup.
Yeah.
But even then, like I think that if you just don't use your degree in a certain amount of years, like you're kind of like valueless.
It's voided.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't void, but like, because it's like, oh, like, yeah, you have a degree. You're also have like been a stay-at-home mom for like the last 10 years, and now you're going to, you know, like your degree is good to enter a job in that field as soon as you came out of college, because then as long as you stay in that field, you're going to learn everything about that field as it progresses. And if you're out of touch, then it's like, okay, well, like you knew what we were doing 10 years ago. You don't know what we're doing now. So it's kind of like your degree is just not.
Brings out a good point. What about people that get a degree but get jobs in something that's not in their field?
I mean, that's fine, but I mean, you just wasted money on it. Like, it's not anyone's fault, you know, but your own. But like, I could see where it's like, oh yeah, like this is like something I really want to do or something I'm passionate about, and then you figure out that you want something else. And that's like the same thing as like, why are we making kids pick what they want to do at 18 years old? Because I feel like if you were just like given more time and they were just like, okay, like everyone has to do high school and then 2 years of like general ed without picking a major, like at all, then it's like, okay, you're 20 by the time that you're doing that, you know? And you get to like network with people who like are actually like in college already, like knowing what they want to do or like have some kind of idea that might give you an idea. But I feel like you don't actually learn about the real world until you're out in the real world and like you start seeing how everything works and like stuff like that, where you're like, oh, I didn't even know that was a job, or I didn't know that you could do that and make money, or I didn't know this pays this much, or I didn't know that this pays enough, or so on and so forth. And then you're just like, damn, like I really wish I should have done that. And then you either like go back to school, get a degree in something else, or like you end up in a trade, or like who knows, you know? You could also get a degree and like end up in a trade anyways, but like as, you know, like really top, like up there.
Yeah.
Or like a safety dude or some kind of architect, engineer, or something like that. That's cool. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, same here. Pretty much everyone agreed with that on my poll.
They said trades versus
yeah, pretty much everyone said that overall trades are better, just because you come out with little to no debt and then a high paying job.
Yeah, I mean, you basically come out with no debt unless
and usually you pretty much get a job just because of the networking that goes on.
Yeah,
just people scouting you.
Yeah, I know like a lot of vocational schools, like I think like people go in from like different jobs and they're like, oh, when you graduate, like just come down, blah blah blah. And normally that's not the best job, but it'll get you in somewhere where you actually start like using your education as experience. And then you're just like, all right, like, you know, 2 years in, like I know how to do this and this and this, like might not be the best paying job, but like so and so is paying X amount of dollars over here, so I'm going to try to get in there. I already got 2 years of experience, you know? And then you're in. And you just keep climbing the ladder. Like, truck driving could pay, like, so little if you're, like, with the wrong company.
Yep.
It could also pay, like, a fuck ton of money if you're with the right company. And, like, yeah, like, you can go over the road. You can go away from home where you're going to be back, like, every 6 months. And you're going to make a shit ton of money also. But you can stay local and haul certain things like dangerous items or like anything that's like more life threatening or like hazmat. More of a risk, like hazmat stuff, and you'll just make more money. And literally all it takes is like a little test to get those endorsements to do it, and then I think like a background check or some shit like that. But yeah, so if you made a shit ton of money, are you gonna be happy?
I think it really.
I think the shed headquarters is tipping over.
Right now, I think it would make me happy right now for the time being.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, get a house, pay for the wedding, pay off some debt. I don't have a lot of debt, but you know, get rid of some of the bills for the time being. But yeah.
So, would you say that money could buy happiness?
I see in the right circumstances, yes.
Yeah. I feel like I lean more towards yeah than no, because like I want to say like yes, like money can't buy happiness because like happiness comes from other shit. But like like you're not gonna tell me that like if you like are poor that the only thing that's gonna make you happy or that having money is not gonna make you happy.
Yeah, that's what I was telling everyone that replied to the poll.
Yeah.
I said money alone doesn't buy happiness. It's but not having enough can really make you unhappy.
Yeah. I
All
think
the stress and everything.
Grant Cardone, was it Grant Cardone or Ed Milet? One of the two guys, like they had a quote that said like yeah, money can't buy happiness, but it didn't buy this fucking jet either. And yeah, I mean the dude has I think it's Ed Milet. I don't know. I think they both have private jets, but either way, like you're gonna tell me that dude's not happy kicking up his feet in a private jet when he's fucking taking off to wherever the hell he wants to go. Like, yeah, he's fucking happy, but you know he didn't get that plane for free. He had to work for it and get money for it. And I mean, coming from like when I was first getting into the workforce, making like minimum wage, like. You know, like you realize how much money it is, and like it's cool at first because you got no bills or whatever, and then you start calculating like you want a new car and you want a house and you want all this stuff, and then before you know it, it's like shit. Like every time I get paid, like I just got to send the money off to one company or another, and then I got nothing to spend for myself. Like the only thing you really want at that point is to have more money because that's what's gonna make you happy. On another note, I think that like lack of money creates like a strong bond between like family because it's like I think it's like, you know, like military men, like they have that camaraderie between them because it's like they went through like so much shit together. And I think it's kind of the same thing as like when you're like really poor and it's like, oh, like, you know, this is like all that like rice and beans every day, you know, and it's like, oh, like we went through that together. So like it creates a good bond. And I also think that struggle creates character. Like, but struggle doesn't necessarily mean having to like be poor. It could just be like lack of resources or like growing up in the wrong environment or something like that. But I mean, I didn't grow up with money, you know, and like I grew up like struggling till I had my own job. And even then, like you realize it's not enough. And like, fuck, dude, I didn't stay there. Like I didn't go out and have kids, you know, when I worked at a warehouse because I was making fucking $300 a week. Like I wasn't like, oh my God, like let me have kids now. Let me rent out a little property that like I could find, like that I could afford. Like I don't know how some people do that.
Yeah.
I get if it's an accident, it's an accident. But like also like don't have a kid because it's an accident and then stay where you're at.
Yep.
Like move forward. Like go do something better. But I would say more so that it can not technically buy happiness, but it can literally buy everything that you would ever want that will make you happy.
Yeah, like paying the bills.
Yeah.
Putting food on the table.
Yeah.
Putting a roof over your head. You know, providing for your kids, your family. That's what makes us happy.
Yeah. So like, how are you gonna be happy without money? Basically, you know, like you're just gonna be stressed out.
Yeah.
And like okay, like if you're, you know, like really really poor and you have a son, like I do think you'd be happy just like being there with him and like still like both having a life to live, you know. But you can't tell me that there'd be times that you don't think about like just like not being alive or like not, or like regretting having put your son or daughter in that environment. And you can't tell me that you don't wish that you would have had money or been able to give him a better life, him or her. So yeah, I think that for sure, like it can buy a lot of things or pretty much everything that would make you happy. And then I also think there's like a greed type of thing that comes into play with people, or like once they get money and it's like, oh, you know, like, yeah, like I got money now, but they want more money or like more and more and more. It's always more. Like people are never satisfied with that.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike.
Hey, Mike has coronavirus right now. He texted me the other day, and then he was like, I'm like 99% sure I have coronavirus.
I thought you dislocated something.
Oh, no, that he's healed from that already. He already healed. Damn, I don't think we're putting the trades in a good position right now. Don't go into trades if you want to dislocate. If you don't want to dislocate anything and get coronavirus. But yeah, he was just like, oh, I think I have coronavirus. And I was like, why? And he's like, I just feel like shit. Like he has a flu or something. And
He needs to buy the test.
Yeah, he needs a.
Can afford it.
Yeah, that's true.
1 hour shipping.
He has his own clinic in his house. But yeah, I would say that money can get you very, 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 very close to being happy.
Mm-hmm.
Until you're at the point. I think it depends how you use your money too, though.
Yeah.
Like, you get a lot of money and you're just like strippers and cocaine. Like, I think that's like a temporary type of happiness, and then that's when people get like depressed and shit because their life is meaningless. But talking about like a family environment, like, there's one reason that like dads that have a shitty job like keep going to work every day, you know, and it's to put food on the table, roof over the head, and send the kids off to a better future, pretty much. And they probably wish they had more money too. You know, go on vacations, buy toys, like, and not work so many hours, not work so hard, have a better job, so on and so forth. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. Or I guess you already let Bert know.
Well, reach out to us still.
Yeah, you can just hit us up on the Instagram, Sesh Podcast, and then yeah, I think that's it. You got anything else?
For that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
we
should just be happy. You know, if your bills are getting paid, your food's on the table, car's running, family's happy, healthy.
True.
Can't really complain if we got enough money for that.
Yeah.
You know, if we got a little bit here and there to go out for dinner or anything, you know, you're good.
Applebee's 2 for $20.
Yeah.
It's my shit right there. I used to love the fucking endless appetizers from TGI Fridays.
Didn't they bring that back?
I don't know. When we went that one day.
Yeah, because it was Valentine's Day. They would have spent all the night there.
Yeah.
We probably would have too.
Yeah, that's true. Dude. I fucking love that place. Damn, should we go to TGI's this week? What are you guys doing today?
Maria has homework. She has like 2 papers to write.
Damn. What about tomorrow?
Going to my friend's birthday brunch thing.
I haven't gone there in a long time. I've been wanting to go to the movie theaters a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Just haven't been in such a long time. I missed that popcorn.
No.
Do you get popcorn?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Is it the
mostly Maria though.
The macro thing?
No.
You just don't like popcorn?
I don't know. I prefer popcorn at home. It feels airier. The one at movie theaters feels like dense.
What? Dude, when me and Soraya go get popcorn, oh my God, we're so unhealthy, but we get a straw and we put it on the butter thing, like the spigot.
Oh, I thought you were going to like sip the butter when you're eating the popcorn.
No, we put it like on the spigot that releases the butter, and then we like put the straw into the bucket so that the butter can get into like every different layer of popcorn.
Yeah, well, you could just shake it.
No, it's not the same. You got to do the straw. You got to do the straw theory.
A straw and then couple packets of salt.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it's fucking delicious. I'm gonna go to the movie theater today.
Just for the popcorn?
Yeah. And the Coke slush. I fucking love a Coke slush, dude.
I've never gotten a Coke slush.
No?
At the movie theater, no.
Dude, get one like at the gas station next time you're
At
there.
the gas station, yeah, I'll do that, but not at the movie theater.
Yeah, they're fucking delicious. The one we go to has like food too.
Mm-hmm.
They have these like it's like a honey barbecue chicken sandwich, but it's waffles instead of buns. Yeah, it's like honey glazed waffles.
I think I know what I'm gonna grab on my way home.
What?
The KFC sandwich with the donuts.
No. This is the worst invention that somebody has ever made. You know which one I didn't get to try though? The one that they made with like the Cheetos? Was that KFC? Or Popeyes?
The Cheetos?
Yeah, they like put Cheetos on it.
Oh yeah, that was KFC.
KFC?
But it was the cheese Cheetos.
Yeah, I think it was the cheese Cheetos. Still, I like Cheetos. I was like, I'll try that. But the donut though? Have you ever been to Brooksy?
No.
It's like a waffle place, but they do like waffle tacos with like fried chicken. So it's just like 2 big like Belgium like fluffy waffles with like fried chicken piece in the middle, and then like coleslaw on top and stuff, and then they do like, you know, like buffalo or like blue cheese ranch, like different types of stuff.
Sounds cool.
Good. Sorry, I was telling me they opened up you know, like that packing house that's in Anaheim, the packing district.
No, I rarely go to Anaheim.
It's like a big warehouse that well, it's kind of like the food lab.
I
You
think
been
I've
to
heard
Food
of
Lab?
it. I've heard of it.
Yeah. Well, they opened up one right here in Rancho,
Hmm.
supposedly. It's called like HGV or something weird like that. But I think we're gonna go there later on. I'm not sure yet.
Hmm.
Anyway, it's time for the question of the week. I'm gonna pull a question out, see what we got, and then we're gonna be doing the winner to the giveaway today. That's gonna win our T-shirt.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Do you believe the stereotype that having kids puts your life on hold?
That's pretty good. Huh. I think that it makes it harder to move forward with your life.
Hmm.
I don't think that it puts it on hold. I think that it can if you let it.
Yeah.
But I'm also that fucking dude that's like, oh, like, I don't give a shit if you work 16 hours. Like, go home and, like, work some more type of dude. And, like, I just like telling everybody that, like, you know, like, that you can never, like, have enough work to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, eventually, like, you're just gonna fucking beat the shit out of your body and, like, die. But, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think so. I think, like I said, I would think it will if you let it. But there's, like, crazy success stories about, like, single moms that, like, you know, had a kid and then they're like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna go be an RN at the same time. And they do it, you know, put the baby to sleep, do homework, whatever. And RN's not a fucking small career path for education, you know. It's a long road. Or, like, fuck, dude that made Dixon Flannels.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that video he posted where it was like him and his kid like throwing packages into the box, like way back in the day, like fuck, like 6 years ago or something like that. And I actually think that his wife posted it and then he shared it on his story. It was a while back, but yeah, they were like at the kitchen table and he was like packaging up all the flannels and then he would give it to his son who was like 2, and then he'd put it in this box, and then you know that was getting shipped out, and then do it again and again, and then his wife like posted a long post about like how like he already had this like dream, like, you know, when before she got pregnant, and like along the way like his kid just came and like it only made him hustle harder, and fuck, now we're paying $60 for flannels.
Yeah. Shout out to Dixon.
Yeah,
Both have them on.
I'm gonna share this video and tag him in it so you can be like, oh shit, you got the Dixon flannels on. You know how they always do that thing where like, oh, I spied Dixon, and it's like random movies or something. Yeah. So hopefully he shares it, not knowing that he's gonna gain us 1,000 followers.
Yeah, if we can name these finals, you get a shirt.
Yeah, we also made stickers. They're not here yet, but I thought they were supposed to be here today, but they're not here yet. But gonna be giving away some of those too. I don't know how yet, but maybe like if you share it or drop us a review or something, we'll send you out a sticker. So you guys can post it up. They're little chili bottles that might look a little similar to another Asian chili bottle but that wasn't the idea. So yeah, should we do the giveaway now?
Yeah.
46. We got an hour in. All right, let me put this on the iPad. All right, and the winner is going to be. Who is that?
This and That by Cece.
Oh shit! That's my girlfriend's mom.
This isn't rigged.
This is not rigged at all. It's just her name on all the lists. Well, I guess my girlfriend's mom won a T-shirt. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Before we get out of here?
Keep working hard.
Yeah. Just keep it spicy.
Wash your hands.
Oh, yeah. Definitely wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Don't rely on hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Unless you got 150 to drop on them.
On a little bottle. Dude, even the off-brand ones are, like, very expensive.
You know, we need to go check Dollar Tree.
Dude, I think the stores still have it for normal price. It's just these third-party sellers that are, like, trying to scam everybody. And it's probably working. I'm going to go buy some in bulk and just post it on Amazon. I hope that the world just runs out of hand sanitizer, and I'm just going to hold on to this last bottle and post it on eBay. And someone's going to buy it for, like, 20 grand.
Like the Supreme Oreos.
Oh, my God, dude. Are we going to get those? If you guys want to help us get the Supreme Oreo so we can try them on here, It's only $500.
We'll link the GoFundMe.
We'll link it in the bio. We'll put the link in there to our GoFundMe page.